Hi all and welcome back to my channel where we take a look at all of the latest gadgets, and today we are looking at something especially exciting because Degrii have sent me the new Zima Pro, and it's a robotic pool cleaner that seems to solve just about every single issue that I've had with all the cordless robot pool cleaners that I've tried over the past couple of years. Now, while the idea of a Roomba for your pool does sound very attractive, the idea that you can just drop a little robot into your pool and have it clean without the hassle of having to bring out a cable or mess with bulky pipes is just fantastic. However, some of the earlier examples that I've tried have had their fair share of teething issues. Firstly, one of them is battery life. A lot of the robot cleaners that I've tried have had pretty small batteries that are nestled inside the body themselves. Now, not only does that give me a little bit of pause because, having a battery submerged that deep inside the water, but to keep the weight down, the batteries have to be relatively small, so it can only realistically get perhaps an hour of cleaning, and that figure can drop even further as the robot ages. Secondly, a lot of them have actually been pretty dumb. Without the sensors that you might expect from a Roomba, let's say, they waste the little battery time that they have by just aimlessly bouncing from wall to wall, doing effectively very little. And then thirdly, the smart apps just don't work. The thing is, when you place something underwater, both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi completely fall apart. That's why it's virtually impossible to create decent underwater earphones that can connect to your phone. So as soon as these robots begin to clean, there's just not much that you can do from your app. And in addition to that, I absolutely hate having to fish them out of the water. I know that they usually come with a hook, but these things are just so heavy, especially when they are full of water. And that also just feels really archaic. Like, is this really better than just a corded solution? And then finally, for some reason, a lot of them have the dumbest emptying solutions. One of them actually, and I won't name which one it is, virtually needs you to take the entire body off just to empty the waste container. I mean, that's something that you've got to do virtually every day. So that's something that I would want to make as simple and easy as possible. Luckily though, my time with the Degrii Zima Pro has shown that not only have every one of those issues been addressed, but the design and engineering of this device really has impressed me to no end. Firstly, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's got a cable. Sort of. So remember what I said about the issue about radio waves not being able to travel through water, and the fact that maybe fitting heavy batteries inside the actual robot might not be the best of ideas? Well, this is a genius and perhaps very unusual solution. The battery is inside this floating section that follows the robot around as it cleans, attached by an 11.5-foot cord. Bizarre, I know, and it looks even weirder in action, but that is actually why it is so good. Firstly, as the battery is no longer inside the robot itself is lighter, which means that it's more efficient, but it also means that a larger battery can be fitted. It's 10,000 milliamps in size, and this means that battery life is simply fantastic compared to the competition, where other robot cleaners have battery lives of around an hour to maybe 90 minutes. This can be up to 3.5 hours, and what that means is that it's got so much battery life that it can clean pools of up to 5,000 square feet. That's almost 450 or something square meters. That is absolutely insane. Could you even imagine the length of a cable you would need if that were an old-fashioned corded pool cleaner? Secondly, this is also where all the radios for connecting to your smartphone are. You can connect the robot to the Degrii app on your phone, where you can not only take manual control of the robot, but you can also schedule when it cleans and what sort of clean you would like, whether you would like it to just do the walls or floor or something like that. And as you can see here, we have a wall mode, which focuses on the walls, floor mode, overall mode, and also finally manual mode. And this is what it's like to control it manually. I would personally love to get 2 of these and just race them around. I think that would be really fun. With a normal robotic pool cleaner, as soon as it goes below the pool surface, the signal is lost. But because this one floats on top of the water, you are in full control all the time. There are no dropouts. It's simply fantastic. But do you know what my favorite thing is though? Although when it does run out of battery, it does park on the side of the pool so you can fish it out, something that most of its competitors also do. As I've mentioned before, this is a process that's a little bit laborious. I mean, I thought that a robot was supposed to make life easier. With the Degrii OS app though, you can actually call the robot to climb up the wall, ready to be collected without having to fish it out with a stick. All you have to do is press the lift button and it will deliver itself to your fingertips. How insane is that? And it will actually wait for you for an entire 5 minutes. And if your mum is house sitting by the pool for the day, she won't actually have to fiddle with the smartphone app if she doesn't have a smartphone, because all the controls that you need are located on this floating pontoon too. So up here, you've got the power button, you've got the mode selector over here, and you've got start, stop. And you've also got the charging port over here. Yes, the charging port, well, it's obviously waterproof. With this design at least, it doesn't ever have to go underneath the surface. So it's super easy to charge as you don't need to dry it every single time. Honestly, it's just so much better having this floating section as opposed to not having it at all. But now I'm sure that you would be glad to know that despite being battery powered, this device is actually pretty powerful. It can deliver up to 250 watts of power to 3 motors that together power the various parts of the robot. That's pretty insane. To put it into perspective, that is 1/3 of a horsepower. So I would like to say that the Zima Pro has 1 pony power. Haha. To be able to stick onto walls in such an effective manner, the water pump is a brushless design, which is not only a lot more efficient, but it's also a very simple and reliable motor design, something that you would definitely want in something that you might use every day for many years. With this insane amount of power, it's able to pick up rocks of up to 1.2 inches, leaves of up to 5.1 inches, but also particles as small as 180 micrometers, which is really a good spectrum. And all of this debris gets caught in a dual basket design that measures up to 6.5 liters in total. Yep, I mentioned dual baskets, which means that they are just so easy to take out and clean. I mean, once they're out, you can just do that and empty it a little bit like a Dyson. It is just so simple, and then you pop them in. 1, 2, and that's it. There's no taking the entire bottom panel or body off. It's just so damn easy. Attached to the baskets, you can see the 180 micrometer dual filter that helps to purify the water, and that also works in conjunction with the built-in activated carbon water purification packages to keep your water sparkly clean. The carbon can be used to absorb impurities and also remove unpleasant odors in the water. But the question is, what can this pool cleaner actually clean? Because all pool owners would know that not all cleaners work on all surfaces. So while this probably won't work in a muddy pond, the Zima Pro does work on tile, fiberglass, plaster, vinyl, and aggregate surfaces. So that's basically all pool surfaces really. My pool is aggregate, I believe, and as you can see, it works pretty brilliantly. For some reason as well, they also listed all of the shapes of pools it's compatible with, and they include rectangular, which my pool is. They also said it's compatible with round pools and also irregular pools. So if your pool is irregular, there is no need to worry. But in all seriousness, I was actually impressed with how well it worked around the stairs portion of my pool in particular. Too often I say pool cleaners just get stuck there, but this manages to just work around it just fine. So there wasn't any need to poke it with a stick in case it got stuck. And talking about getting stuck, it actually won't get stuck at all. Unless you've got some weird booby trap in your pool to capture unsuspecting pool cleaners, that is. Anyway, this has built-in ultrasonic radar sensors, which now that I've experienced it, is a must-have. Not only does it map out your pool and create the best cleaning path for itself, instead of just randomly going backwards and forwards, bumping into walls, but the radar can also detect certain obstacles like ladders, weird speed bumps, or whatever else you might have in your pool. And it also uses these sensors to detect and help clean the water line. Do you see these massive brushes up the front? Well, these are brushes that will help your water line looking clean and sparkly. Just look at that cleaning action in action. I could watch it all day, and I have. But when I say all day, I mean up to around 3 hours, but that's still a lot of time. So is this the robotic pool cleaner of my dreams? I think it is. But is it the right one for you? Well, no matter if your pool is rectangular, round, or irregular, whatever that means, this is arguably the best pool cleaner on the market. And it's also remarkably good value as well. If you use my code DAVISF5P, I feel that my channel is just going to become pool videos after this. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and ask any questions that you might have in the comment section below. And until next time, toodaloo.